Hello and good morning. It's Phil Thatch, and Heather and I this morning are out trying to find birds. We had two new spots that we've never been to that are kind of a little bit of a drive away from the house that we were considering this morning, and our regular old spot. And we let Siri generate a random number to pick which place we went, and it put us in our regular spot. And this time of year, it's kind of the first week of August. A little bit of a struggle to find birds this time of year. We've heard a few birds, but hadn't really seen any. The only shot so far, a hummingbird came down. We were looking at some kind of moist plants where there's been some rain, and a hummingbird flew down and kind of drank some water off of a leaf. And I made a few shots of that. Most of them are out of focus. The whole event lasted less than a second. But if any of those turned out, we'll see those now.
We were looking for other birds. White-eyed vireo were calling, but we never did see them. And then this ruby-throated hummingbird flew up and took a sip of water off of this leaf. And when it took its sip, it was kind of behind the leaf. And then as it flew away, it splashed the water off of the leaf into the air and kind of got its balance and flew around for just a couple of seconds. And I laid on the shutter and got as many shots as I could. Only 1/320th of a second, and I'm in the electronic shutter. But these ended up coming out okay. You wouldn't have thought that they would. And there is a little bit of motion blur, not perfectly sharp on these, but I was still really happy with these.
Well, we finally found a bird that would let us take its picture. It was what we believe is an immature male blue grosbeak. And I'm pretty sure we both got a bunch of pictures of it this morning.
You can always tell if you're struggling to find birds to photograph because you find yourself taking pictures of mourning doves on the gravel road. And then things got much, much better. We found this beautiful immature male blue grosbeak in good light, and both of us just went crazy taking lots and lots of pictures of it. All of these and those two doves are my photographs. And now here comes Heather's photographs of the same young male blue grosbeak in good light. It was a lot of fun because we had been really struggling, and all of a sudden a worthwhile bird to photograph comes up and it's in good light. So we got a little carried away and took maybe a few too many photos of this beautiful bird. And a couple of times across the road came a small young deer and its mom, and we both took photos of it. But this shot I thought was really cute with the young deer kind of peeking around the pine tree and looking at us. So we shared that one with you. And here is a female northern cardinal. And you know, it's kind of common to see them this time of year with many of their feathers missing. It's always kind of startling the first time you see one of these, but we both got a photograph of this young lady, or I don't know, maybe she's an old lady, but we both got photographs of her in a bokeh-fied situation.
Now we've come down to the Volkswagen wetlands area, and down here all we saw was a phoebe.
The first two phoebe photographs are mine, and this one it's kind of looking away, but it's got a little bit of sparkle in its eye, so I like that shot. And then on this one it's looking more at us with still a little bit of sparkle in its eye. And here is Heather's photograph of the eastern phoebe, kind of a scraggly looking, maybe a young, I'm not sure, eastern phoebe.
We left Volkswagen wetlands and we came over to Enterprise South Nature Park, and we're kind of just cruising around the outer loop of the whole place. Really not seeing that much, and then all of a sudden we saw this amazing turtle that was crossing the road. It has red eyes.
Here's what the turtle looked like out of the car using my vlogging camera, and here are our photographs of it. I believe this is probably a common box turtle and maybe an eastern box turtle. There's my shot, and here is Heather's shot, both of us just shooting out the window of the car at the turtle.
We came over here to the regular part of Enterprise South Nature Park and drove around quite a while, and we went on Bunker Hill Loop, and right here at Bunker 26 I got a lifer, a red-eyed vireo, up in those trees over there.
I don't think this is the first ever red-eyed vireo shot that I've gotten, but it's definitely the first one that is presentable. And we were actually looking up in these trees. We were looking for some blue-gray gnatcatchers, and all of a sudden this bird flew up and I got it in my sights. And I was shooting in electronic, but on the 15 frames per second instead of 30 frames per second mode. And I just laid on the shutter and shot until the buffer was full, and ended up making 73 photographs in about 4.8 seconds. And I picked my 3 favorite ones to edit and share with you here. I hope you like them.
The next place we visited was this really straight road that's right beside an airport in Cleveland, Tennessee. And we didn't see much over there. I think we got a gray catbird and maybe something else. Let's take a look at what we got there.
Heather got 3 photographs there at the road near the airport that she decided to share with us. And here is a immature northern mockingbird. This is either an immature or possibly a female indigo bunting. Very awesome shot that she made. And then here is the catbird. We think this one's immature as well. This is Heather's catbird shot. And here comes my catbird shot. I also got a shot of this very same catbird, probably in the very same location. And then all the way across the road from where we were working, I saw this bluebird, and I thought it was an indigo bunting, but now that I'm looking at it on the computer screen, it's a blue grosbeak.
And then we came home, and when we pulled in the driveway, there was an Eastern Tiger Swallowtail on our zinnia flower bed here. So we made some photos of that. I switched over to the 100 to 400 for that. I had been using my 100 to 500 all day.
We'll start with my photos using the 100 to 400 lens, and here is a cute skipper that was on the flowers, but we actually decided to make photos because we saw this beautiful Eastern Tiger Swallowtail, just an absolutely beautiful butterfly. And the light was extremely harsh. It was midday by the time we got home from Cleveland, where we had been near the airport. And we still managed to get some fairly decent shots, including this one. This is one of the in-camera focus bracket stacked images that is made inside the R7. And then I went back to single shots because the bugs were moving a little bit too much and most of my shots didn't stack, but that one did stack well. And here is a twofer. This is 2 of the cute skippers that are in line for 1 bloom, even though there's thousands of other ones in the zinnia bed. And now let's take a look at Heather's photographs. She stayed with the 100 to 500, and there is the beautiful Eastern Tiger Swallowtail. And then she made this shot, just a kind of an artsy photograph of one of the zinnia blooms with lots of other zinnia blooms bokeh-fied in the background. And she also made a photograph of the super cute skipper there on one of the zinnia blooms in our garden.
Today was tough. A lot of times in the heat of the summer, bird photography is tough, but you know, if you stay with it, you end up finding something to photograph, even if it's not until you get home in your driveway. So we appreciate you joining us, and we hope you have a great day. If you like the content, a thumbs up is always appreciated, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.